Hello everyone, Vlad here. Today I am in Lego Fortnite, and what I wanted to show you is how you can build your foundations and other objects where they merge into the ground so that you can have some structures that look like they are part of the world and kind of floating in it. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. This one is floating, and we're going to fix that here in this video, and I'm going to show you how. So let's jump on in. Okay, so here we are. One of the most frustrating things that I found building was that if you get out these regular old bricks foundations and you start placing them in the world, there's no way to sink them naturally into the ground. They kind of just sit on top. Um, so you're left with things that look like this over here. But the way to get around that is to use the snapping mechanics of the game. So if I want to get something to go underneath here, this is now snapping in place. So I'm going to hold my left trigger and I'm going to nudge it while I'm still holding the snap so that it doesn't move the point in which it is trying to snap to. And then I'm just going to place it. And now my foundation is going down into the ground, and I have a nice clean connection between my building and the ground is fully supported. Because the other thing I noticed as I built is I have a non-survival mode one, custom world, where I was building some tall stuff, and I was building and I had things like this, and as more weight got on here, these things actually started to crack and fall apart if I had too much weight on them. So having that connection to the ground is going to mean that they're fully supported. And sometimes getting them to snap isn't the easiest thing. You can hold down the snap mechanic. The one thing I did notice is that make sure your cursor is on the edge where you'd like things to snap. That seems to make it snap easier and where you want it to go. So I could place this one here, and now this is going into the ground. So this little trick doesn't mean that you can't plan out how you're going to build. If you end up going into the side of a huge hill, then you're still going to have the ground to contend with here. But at least you're still building on your grid, because everything in Lego is on a grid, and you can keep things nice and tidy. So if I wanted to continue building here and build upwards to account for the slope, everything I know is still going to line up here because it all can snap together, because I'm placing it on top of this existing set of structures, so it's all on the same grid. So that's one thing you can do with it. Now it's the same thing for things over here like my stairs and these columns that I use to merge them into the side of this hill. So if I remove this one here, I'm going to grab another column. If you point it in the right spot, it might do the snapping all on its own without you having to actually hold the button and force it to try and do the snapping. But I did the same thing with these stairs. I built downwards, so I snapped them to the front of this door, and then I snapped this other set of stairs to this one here, which allowed it to go down into the ground. So building downwards seems to be the key here, and using the snap mechanic to get that to go is the key to getting it to merge. Now sometimes things aren't that easy to get down into the merge position, so play around, right? If you need to, if there wasn't enough space for me to get a foundation underneath here without any headache, I could probably build outwards one more time, get this one to snap underneath there, and then use my nudge mechanic to get it to go in, right? Instead of fighting the system, work with it, and then you can always destroy the one that you didn't mean to place to get this underneath here. And the other last suggestion I have for you is, if you go around destroying your things, I recommend using a pickaxe because it's more precise and it breaks things quicker. If you're using your hands to just punch things, then you are more likely to hit something you didn't intend to with that, and end up destroying part of your structure and having to rebuild. So those are my tips for you today, and how to get your buildings to look like they are part of the world instead of floating on top of it. Hopefully that helps you out. Until next time, I'll catch you later.